Bola Tinubu, who had to get all kinds of things going to reward himself to being sworn in, including bringing talks and all kinds of characters from the Niger Delta to come and occupy Abuja to make sure that he's sworn in on the 29th of May, and then he suspends fuel subsidy, removes everybody from central bank to NNPC. I don't know what happened with Kerry and all of that. Traveling overseas, went to France as Nigeria's president, went to ECOWAS to assume chairmanship, went to AU. All of those, activities will not address the question of whether Bola Tinubu has become the president of Nigeria.
Hi everyone, welcome on board to Helper.tv.
How long will this last? Bola Tinubu is yet to be accepted as president of Nigeria. But majority might say the Southeasterners, Igbos, are those who are against this. They are the ones clamoring against it. And they are the ones that are 100% against it. That majority of those in the Southwest, from where Bola Tinubu hails from, are not really bothered or worried. Well, it is something that has been said by Professor Lubumba, where he said that Africans are concerned about tribe, ethnicity, and that is all that matters to them. And I will call this sectional aggrandizement, where you feel comfortable, you feel good that someone from your region is the head of state, president, local government chairman, whatever. You feel so good about it, and it doesn't really make any difference, because if we look at it in that view, what has your state governor in your state? Yes, that's your governor that speaks your language. What has he done for you? Oh, maybe now you might say, oh, he's from the other part of my state. He's from that. That is the reason why he behaves this way and that. Now, there is this, talk about ministerial appointments in Nigeria where certain individuals are not being accepted. The Senate is actually grilling many of them, but we know it's just one of those things. The Senate will probably just throw their power here and there. Majority of them are governors of several states that they have raped, and they have just leaked all the goodies in that state. They've done terrible things. These are just recycled criminals in the Senate themselves. They are wicked, terrible people. They're asking people to apologize now. That's the new trend. They're asking certain people to apologize because of what they've said in the past. Why? Because they are taking up ministerial appointment, taking up positions here and there. They are saying they should apologize. That is what is happening right now. Now, back to the legitimacy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, you heard from the beginning of the video, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to the AU, African Union, going to ECOWAS. He has taken up chairmanship there. He's now the chairman, he's going to France. So this is what presidents do. They try to connect dots together, cross T's. They try to do all of these things to make sure that they embed themselves firmly. That is what it is. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been declared winner, either it is false or not. And this is how it is. In fact, Obasanjo himself, he had issues like that, even though he quickly came out, trying to say some things during the eve of the election, and during the election also, and after the election, he said some couple of things. But you know how it is. It's more or less like everyone wants to say what it is that favors them. But to date, let's us be sincere, Nigerians in certain parts of Nigeria, let's use the right word, people, citizens in certain part of Nigeria are not comfortable. They have not accepted Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president of Nigeria. And I will tell you the truth, majority of them come from the southeast of Nigeria, and maybe a little, let's say 3%, come from the southwest of Nigeria. Not because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a man that they embrace totally in the southwest of Nigeria. In fact, when you look at the Yoruba nation, the agitation, and many other things in the southwest of Nigeria, you realize that they did not embrace Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu cared less. He cared less. But at the end of the day, that tribal sentiment kicked in. They said, regardless of what he has done, are we now going to vote for an Igbo man? No, we will not. It happened in Lagos, where a young man whose father is a Yoruba man, although they went down history lane and said, oh, your ancestors came from this place. Now, let's leave that. The thing is this, When the young man came out to speak, he did not understand the politics. He should have understood that there are majority of Yoruba people in Lagos, and if you want to get them, you cannot say you don't think like a Yoruba man, you don't speak Yoruba and all of that, and that Lagos is cosmopolitan. It doesn't work that way. You cannot win using that, because majority that are in Lagos are Yoruba. It's the same thing with what happened during the elections now to Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his legitimacy. A lot of people who would not have liked Tinubu eventually looked at it and they said, look, it is better we vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But that does not mean that 100% Bola Ahmed Tinubu won the elections, as I do not know. I have to be fair here. I do not have to be sentimental. We have 3 regions that are important. We have the Southwest, the Southeast, and the North of Nigeria. Question is this: did Peter Obi win the North of Nigeria and the Southeast of Nigeria together? And the Southwest of Nigeria, there are percentages that you have to win all over. Was he able to win those for him to call himself president? Did they vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Ondo State, Ekiti State, Oyo State, and the rest of those states, Ogun State? Did they vote for him or they voted for Peter Obi? These are the questions. Was it Tinubu they voted for? That's a question. It is so complex and complicated. Let us listen more.
Who had to get all kinds of things going to reward himself to being sworn in, including bringing thugs and all kinds of characters from the Niger Delta to come and occupy Abuja to make sure that he's sworn in on the 29th of May, and then he suspends fuel subsidy, removes everybody from central bank to NNPC. I don't know what happened with Kerry and all of that. Traveling overseas, went to France as Nigeria's president, went to ECOWAS to assume chairmanship, went to AU. All of those, activities will not address the question of whether Bola Tinubu has become the president of Nigeria. That question is before the election tribunals. That question revolves around the question of 25% requirement for the votes cast at the Federal Capital Territory. That question revolves around whether INEC was at liberty to jettison the electronic transmission of results as mandated by the Electoral Act, which under which the INEC guidelines for elections were rolled out. And so, unless those questions are determined by the courts, the question of who has won the 2023 election remains unresolved. It's inchoate. The election is still in process until it gets to where it yields an outcome, and that outcome can mean a pronouncement by the courts that the exercise be undertaken afresh, or the 2 first candidates go to in a runoff or something. There could be all kinds of outcomes, but the first outcome could be everything sorted out. There's a winner. That's an outcome. The question of threatening anarchy, it doesn't matter from which mouth it comes. It came from the camp of candidate Bola Tinubu, that if the courts should nullify his presidency on account of 25% that was not met in Federal Capital Territory, then there will be chaos, there will be anarchy. What is going on here? Have we now degenerated to where, in the midst of the wrongdoing of going to accept to be sworn in the face of a clear constitutional deficiency, we now get reminded this threat of anarchy only reopened, I won't even call it old wounds. It is a wound that is just trying to heal, to close from, to turn away from becoming gangrene.
Well, the conclusion of the matter is this: let us get rid of wickedness. there is so much wickedness that lives in the heart, in the psyche of majority of us. Once we can get rid of this, we'll have a better country. We'll have a better life. It has nothing to do with tribe now. It has nothing to do with religion. Even though politicians could sell religion to you. Even Peter Obi sold religion out. It doesn't still make sense. Religion has helped nobody. Tribe has helped nobody. If not, your religious clerics will not be reaping where they've not sown. They will not be stealing from you. They will not be living with their families, in that extravagant life that you cannot even come to them. Yes, that is the truth. It has nothing to do with religion. It's got nothing to do with tribe. If it is with tribe, your governor that speaks your language, your local government chairman would have done better. But that is not what it is. We should wake up. It is time to rebuild ourselves and demand for what is right. Like and share this video, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next update.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.